when you're approaching a little creature, don't. It's the simplest rule to remember. If anything, if you can, sit down and let them come to you. Don't frighten them away by gazing at them. I remember David Attenborough approaching some gorillas. You mustn't come quickly, that's a danger. You sort of meander somewhere not too far away. Obviously aware of them, but in other words, letting them know you know they're there, but it's no problem. We're just in the world. We happen to be near each other. Do you see, it's paramount that you're no threat. Then perhaps you're part of their interesting world. And you might at times come closer a little, and at other times, just sit down again. Do you see? I do this with animals. A little bird comes close to you. Every movement must be very slow and not towards them. And they will be drawn to you. And Pussy comes up and noses you and rubs against your legs. And then you can slightly reach in their general direction and perhaps just touch. And we do the same with children. We don't bend over them. How are you today? Do you like school? Are you enjoying your day? Do you see it? It's too much. At least for many children. It's too much. When you're introduced, this is Cynthia, my daughter, or this is John, my boy. Oh, how lovely. This is your boy. In other words, I'm talking to the parent. I'm not attacking the child with some interrogation. Oh, how nice. Oh, lovely to have your kids with you, isn't it? Do you see? You're obviously benevolent, but not demanding. You're not requiring some politeness back that they can't pull off or they feel is artificial. Do you realize your heavenly God, your heavenly Father, your dearest friend is like that? They just want to say, I'm there for you if you need me. But they don't say it too obtrusively. It's unobtrusive. It's a state of being, and you know they are benevolent to you. When you need them, you'll look to them hopefully. You may even be able to just ask or suggest in some way that you need help. And they will say, oh yes, of course, love. We do it together, shall we? And you will have assurance. In other words, you need to be a gentle person. I'm a giant. 6'3" is incredibly dominant. And I can't help it. I can't do anything about that, except not make it worse. So I'm mild. I don't push to the front. I don't push towards you. I sit, certain of you. My girl comes out of school. She can't talk. You see, Dad is awesome. It's more than she can cope with. So she's quiet. And she gets in the car and she sits next to me. And I don't say anything that demands an answer. I don't say, how was school today? Did you have a good time? What did you do? You see, I don't do that. I drive and say, oh, gosh, I haven't got my seatbelt on, have I? I sort of communicate aloud that I'm occupied, friendly, relaxed. At some point, as we drive, I might say something like, oh, I didn't notice that building before. What an unusual so-and-so, whatever it is, you know. Oh gosh, those trees, looking lovely. Let the words of your mouth be a loveliness, enchanting. They'll want to talk to you. They'll say something like, can I have so-and-so? When she wants to use my mobile phone, she doesn't say, can I have your phone? She puts her hand forward and indicates. And I say, oh, you want my phone, love? Do you see I meet her need, her request? When it's there, I don't force a request or make her want. I'm there for her. I'm her dad. I will ever be there for her. Because I love her. And she knows it. And when she says goodbye, she just keeps looking at me and keeps looking back and keeps looking back. And I know in her heart and in mine that she loves me. And she knows I love her. Because I respond. So bless you, love. Don't even say anything sometimes. Just keep waving until we're both out of sight. She has the assurance of her dad. And I'd like her to know that her heavenly dad is so much better at it than me. And one day she will come to him in all fullness. Thank you, Dad. And your heavenly dad's like this with you. He doesn't barge in, he doesn't vision before you. He waits and waits and waits until you long for him. And then you just feel his presence. You don't necessarily see or reach out and touch. He's just in your mind. And he always has been there, in you. For the kingdom of heaven is within you, says Jesus. And if there's one place where God for certain lives, it's in heaven. So he's in you and loves you. And there's one thing he longs for above all, and that is your love. For your love is the reason for his being, his existing. You are his meaning to life. He is a person with personal needs exactly like you. And he loves you always. And the more often you can say thank you to him and just love in his presence, the more wonderful it will be for him and for you and for all of us. Bless you, love. Thank you, Dad. You see, everything he wants is simply that you love him, and he will be full of joy. And you will find that loving is incredible joy for you, more important than anything else. Bless you. There's a song we sing in the Ananda group I attend. I'll try it here. I'm lying down in bed, of course. Door of my heart, open wide, I wait for thee. Door of my heart, open wide, I wait for thee. Wilt thou come, wilt thou come, just for once, come to me. Wilt thou come, wilt thou come, just for once, come to me. Will thy days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord? Will thy days fly away without seeing me, thy Lord? Night and day, I look for thee, night and day. Night and day, I look for thee, night and day. Door of my heart, open wide, I look for you. Door of my heart, open wide, I wait for you. Wilt thou come, wilt thou come, just for once, thou come, wilt thou come, just for once, come to me. And so you sing it on, an endless song. Not certain I got the words right, but they'll do. Bless you. Yes, do remember, he just wants you to love him. You'll find loving people, including God, has an astonishing effect, outcome, blessing, goodness. Quite wonderful. Bless you, love. Thank you, Dad. Door of my heart, open wide I keep for thee. Door of my heart, open wide I keep for thee. Wilt thou come, wilt thou come, just for once, come to me. Wilt thou come, wilt thou come, just for once, come to me. Thank you, Dad.